Hi, I'm Emily,
Hi, I'm Alex.
and this is Girls Who Music.
Welcome back to Girls Who Music. We're in Tamaki Makaurau with pop princess PRINS. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
We're really
you.
excited to be here chatting with you today. So each podcast episode we have a song of the week, which is a song that we've been really enjoying this past week. Do you have a song that you could share with us?
Yeah, I've actually been listening to a song called Momentum by Lily, Is That You? I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She's a Canadian artist that lives in LA. Actually.
Cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. She just dropped an EP recently, I think a week ago.
Nice.
So yeah, she's got some bangers on there. I've been listening to her literally on repeat all the way here. So.
Oh my god, yes.
I love that. And what's her vibe? Like, what's the genre?
Just like electro pop, like hyper pop, anything kind of in the pop dance genre, which is also what I'm doing as well. So yeah, she's a big inspiration to me at the moment.
I love that. That's so cute.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
Fun.
I actually messaged her as well to try and get a session in with her.
Oh my god,
In a couple of weeks, so we'll see. No, I don't know. They're
Oh my
asleep right
God.
now, so we'll see.
Oh my
yeah,
god,
of course.
crossing
Yeah.
my fingers and toes for you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
vibes
we'll
out to
see.
you.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Dreams are free.
Oh,
You just gotta do it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You just gotta do
If
it.
you don't ask, you never know.
Exactly. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did actually say that in my message. I genuinely did. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you never know.
And it's like, what's the worst that can happen? No, okay, like.
Yeah, we've talked before, and I
Okay.
actually worked with I work with a couple of producers that she's worked with, so I'm like slowly making inroads, and I'm like such a fan. So we'll see.
love
I'll keep you
that.
updated.
Please do. I mean,
Yeah.
if you've spoken before,
Yeah,
it's not like just like cold.
The stars are aligning.
I feel
I feel like
feel
the
it.
stars might
Yeah.
align. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you know if it happens.
Please do. Please do.
Oh my god, so exciting.
Amazing. What's your song of the week, Emily?
My song of the week is Fuck Everyone by Lola Young.
Okay,
Her new
I haven't-
album.
I haven't heard it yet, but I have seen what happened to her in on.
Oh,
Music
yeah,
Live
so
on stage.
sad.
Yeah, she's
I hope she's
cancelled her
okay.
future. Yeah, no.
But her new album is unreal. And so this song is the second song on the album. And when I first heard it, I was just like,
She's cool.
hell yeah.
She's very cool.
We'll play it to you
Yeah.
after. When
Yeah,
we finish recording.
please do,
We
yeah.
will. It's because it's like a really fun song. I think you'll
Yeah.
really like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like my vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great.
She's a great
What's
artist.
what's your song of the week?
My song of the week is called Tall Grass by Dunedin band Ivy. They're very like alt rock, indie rock. So it's from their new album Hush. It's just such a great song. The lead vocalist is like just has this amazing voice, and I just
Yeah.
really love the feel of it. Yeah, very rock. I'm very much like alt indie rock, and Emily's very much like
The poppier.
Poppier,
electronic.
EDM,
Yeah.
yeah. But Ivy's a really cool band. Would you say he sounds like the Strokes? Like his voice is super like
Yeah.
low, but like deep.
yeah.
Well, at
Yeah,
least in
that's
that
quite
song
deep.
anyway.
Yeah, that's quite
We'll have
deep.
to listen to after this.
It's just
Yeah.
like beautiful.
Cool,
It's just
okay.
like they're a really beautiful band.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know that many bands from Dunedin.
Oh, there's two really good ones. There's Ivy and there's the Beatniks. We're
Okay.
actually going on tour together soon. They're great. Both great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both like rock if that's your vibe. Or if you feel like listening to rock, you know?
Well, I do sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
My partner is like came from a punk rock band
my
here
God.
in Auckland.
Amazing.
So he's like, he's indoctrinated me into that world. Very much so. And actually was on tour with it's probably more screamo, but like Bring Me the Horizon and
Whoa.
a few of those artists.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been like
that is.
listening to. You don't know Bring Me the Horizon?
Maybe I will if I listen to a song.
I think of you.
Oh my gosh.
Are they a screamo band?
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
they're a band from Sheffield in the UK. They're amazing,
Oh.
a
They're
huge
really,
band, and like very.
No, I think you
focused-
would.
Yeah, you would. They're incredible.
That's
but no,
incredible for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
What's his
working on the
band?
Australian tour. The band doesn't exist anymore, but it was called. Oh my god, what was it called? Oh, I have a total blank. Oh, he's gonna hate me for this. No,
You could Google
it's
it.
called Looking Up. It's called Looking
okay,
Up.
nice,
No, leave that
nice.
in there. No, it was called Looking Up. And when they were around, they opened for like bands like Turnstile. Have you
Oh,
heard
yeah,
Turnstile,
sick,
like
yeah.
a couple of a couple of big
gosh.
bands that came through New Zealand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Turnstile playing at R&B this year. I was like,
Oh my gosh, are they?
yes.
Yes.
I was like, I've never been to R&B.
Isn't it
and I'm like, this is my
unreal?
year to go.
Stop.
I
That's
know.
great.
Yeah.
I know. Like, isn't
I
it?
didn't know that. I actually haven't seen the lineup for R&B. I know.
it's
I know. I'm
great.
sorry, I'm behind.
Nah,
No,
you're good.
you're so fine.
It's
You're a busy
like,
gal.
yeah. I feel like a lot of the New Zealand festivals are starting to branch out in different genres, which finally,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's just,
It's a really, really
Yeah.
good mix of genres.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
I
great.
feel like the lineups this year have been way more international than, I mean, I know we had COVID, which kind of
Yeah.
changed things a lot.
Yeah,
I don't really know what the scene was like before that, to be fair, because I wasn't really doing music actually.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really paying attention to it. And I wasn't really going to festivals. I think I went to R&V once in 2000 and whenever Wiz Khalifa was there. Wiz Khalifa.
Shout out Wiz
that
Khalifa.
was
Like 14.
yeah, that was a
Oh my God,
very
amazing.
while ago, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it's apart from that, like I haven't really paid attention to it, so I don't know what
Yeah.
it used to be like. But seems great. And Electric Ave, I think, are leading. Electric Ave, Rolling Meadows, and Christchurch also are doing
Yeah.
really well for that.
The
Yeah.
Electric Ave lineup, honestly.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
literally
Amazing.
screamed.
Are you going?
Amazing.
Will you be in New Zealand for it?
I have no idea. I don't even know where I'm going to be next month.
So,
at this point.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Living life on
well,
the edge.
I for the last like 2.5 years, I have been living on the road with no house.
Yes, I saw
So-
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, legit, like out of
Legit.
my suitcase. So while I'm here, like I'm just staying with my family and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'll find somewhere else to live.
Yeah.
But yeah,
on the
me and my
road.
partner have just been on the road for it's been since April 2023.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
Wow.
put all of our stuff in a storage unit and then we just left.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
so wild.
That's so inspiring.
That is really
yeah, it's
inspiring.
something. Yeah.
Was that for you to kind of branch out with your music, or you and him together being like you and him?
So it kind of started because we left because we had like my debut world tour in 2023 and it was over about 4 months. It was supposed to be a little bit longer, but we had to cut the American League because of some bad promoter things that happened.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Happens. And so we sort of like when we left, we were like, well, there's no point kind of paying rent, and the place that we were staying in
Yeah.
Christchurch at the time was, done with its lease and stuff like that. And so we were like, well, we're not gonna pay rent while we're not here for months and months at a time.
Yeah.
And then it just never ended. And I think it's gotten to a point now where I think the longest I've been in one place has been like 5 weeks, and that's been in America, like in LA.
Wow.
At a time, and we just move around. Like he's currently on tour, and
Wait,
I've
what?
just been.
I'm like, wait,
I know it's so
wait,
sorry.
yeah, like, can you just like give us a backstory about
okay.
like?
Okay, so Luke is my manager. He's also my partner, but he has been like a full-time audio engineer since he was like 19. So he sort of like dips in and out and like goes into tours, and then we come back and do my stuff, and then when I'm kind of writing, like he goes and works, and yeah, we sort of just piece it together. Yeah, it's interesting.
Are you sort of kind of still wanting to like stay on the road, or do you have kind of
I love it. Well, I also can't justify being anywhere for long enough. I'm like, where would I be, and like how long would I be there? Probably wouldn't be very long. So yeah, at the moment, like I love it. It sounds so weird. I couldn't imagine having a house. Like I couldn't imagine
that
having
doesn't sound
a
weird
base.
to me. I get it. Yeah.
I love it. You're just like a free spirit. That's so great. And
Yeah.
so
It's
great
my
that
hippie
you've got-
side coming out.
Yes.
You've got one life to live, and just like do it how you want it. So
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's good. And like when he's on tour, they pay for accommodation a lot of the time.
Perfect.
When I'm on tour, accommodation is covered. And other than that, sometimes we're in Airbnbs, but I house sit a lot actually, which has been great. Like I've been doing that for the last sort of like year.
that's a good little hack, I find.
Yes. Well, I only found out about it sort of at the end of last year.
Yeah.
There's a company online called Trusted House Sitters, and they're so great. Like really, really recommend them. And there's heaps of house sits like in LA and just everywhere. So I've just been looking after like people's
so, like,
dogs
all
and
over the
cats.
world.
that's
Yeah,
so
it's global.
God.
Yeah, it's
Right.
global. There's heaps in Australia. There's heaps in the UK. There's some in Europe. There's a lot in America.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh,
that's
I bet.
perfect. Yeah, life hack.
Yes.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah, it's good. It's been a game changer because it was getting really expensive last year.
sure.
I was like, we need to find a way to like make this work.
Yeah. That's so lovely that you and your partner have been able to do that together though.
Yeah.
You know, like
he's the
it's-
best. I feel really lucky. Like
Oh, that's
we've been
nice.
together
That's
for
really sweet.
4 years and kind of working together for 6. And like I signed up to his label before we were like in a relationship and stuff. And when we got together, he came down to visit me in Christchurch. And the next day we got stuck in lockdown for like 4 months. Oh my God. And we just started seeing each other. And that like fast tracked our relationship
as it
very
would, as
quickly.
it
It was
would.
either going to work or it wasn't. And I'm glad that we kind
Yeah.
of worked things out. But yeah, it's been a hell of a journey.
Your first song, Tell Me, was released in 2018.
Yes.
Could you share a bit about your music journey and then, kind of like how you got into music, how you started?
Yeah, sure. Tell me. Yes, okay. So I guess like I went down to Christchurch after I finished high school to study performing arts. It was like a musical theatre course, and I got to my second year in and I hated it so much I dropped out, and actually found like a little like audition kind of job thing on Student Job Search for a band down there, and went and auditioned, got into the band and just started kind of singing. And I love to sing, and I was like so excited to just get paid to sing. I was making like $20 an hour, like it was so shit. And did that for a number of years and kind of evolved through a few different like groups of people. And then I landed on a band of mine. There was a guitarist who's kind of just like started producing his own sort of music and started experimenting in this sort of like pop world. And I begged him for a long time to try and like help me create an original song. It took like a year and a half to write Tell Me, like so long. But as soon as I put it out, I was just hooked with like just the feeling of putting out music and kind of experimenting and creating something that was my own. And you know, I had a couple of releases that don't exist anymore on the internet, including Tell Me. There was like 9 songs that existed before the ones that you can find now, and they're not there for a good reason. But yeah, it was really cool. Like I kind of mucked around for a while and you know, tried to write as many songs as I could, but it was taking a really long time. And then after about a year, I reached out to the Lee Matthews Boys up here in Auckland, and I came up here and did a session with them, and we wrote Don't Say It, which is still my biggest song, thanks to them. And then we had such a great time. The next day we came in and we wrote Come Down, which is the 2 songs that I've done with them. We literally did them back to back in 2 days.
Whoa.
Yeah, it happened so quickly.
Yeah, wow.
And through Luke's connections, I started sort of working with some people in New Zealand. So I was really lucky to work with the Saatchi Boys. First, I worked with Drax Project on a couple of my songs, and I worked with Marlon from 660, who's the guitarist. We wrote That's the Thing, which was probably still one of my favorite songs in like 2022 together. So I feel like I feel like I kind of got fast tracked in the New Zealand scene a little bit just due to Luke and his connections, luckily. But I was sort of struggling to find people that I connected to that could really produce the style of music that I was looking for. Like, you know, I love all those boys, but I think they're a little bit more like band orientated, and I have definitely been wanting to push more into like the electronic side. And it wasn't until I went to LA for the first time, which was last year in February. I went there for 2 weeks on my first like writing trip to kind of like test the waters and see what the vibe was, and I had such a great time. And I wrote like 9 songs. So for example, it took me about a year and a half to write 9 songs, and I did that in 2 weeks in LA.
Whoa.
And yeah.
You just were blossoming then in LA.
I think just the scene is so much stronger there. Like
the opportunities are there.
Yeah, and that city draws everybody from around the world, and like the hustle culture there is so real, and just the pace that they work at is so quick. And so I came back from that trip super inspired, booked another trip straight away. So I went in February, and then I went again in May for like 5 weeks, and just the same thing. I kept writing, and I sort of decided at that point to take a year off from releasing music. I'd pretty much just been releasing consistently until that point. So I don't know, I was looking at my songwriting, and I just think that I like needed to spend more time developing that skill. I had spent so much time on the live side of things because I like performing is where I had most of my experience. And so we worked a lot on the shows for a long time, and I felt that my songwriting was like lacking a little bit. So yeah, so I took a year off, and I went back to, I think I spent maybe like 3 or 4 months there last year. And then I've already been back like twice this year. So I've spent a lot of time there. Like I'm trying to kind of move there.
Yeah.
Like at least spend a lot more time there, and just like finding my people. Every time I've gone, I've connected with new people and new artists and new producers, and I'm like slowly finding my way to the people that I'm like excited to work with, and the people that are like of my sound.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it just takes time, because like I went there and I didn't know a single person, and so, you know, I can like every time I go, I feel like there's some people that have been great to work with, and then other ones where I'm like, okay, maybe that's not the right fit, and then you hold on to those few and then you just build it every time when you meet new people and new people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I'm at the point where like the producers that I'm working with are making some of my favorite songs right now. And that's a really exciting like position to be in. And I just feel so pumped about it. Like artists that I look up to in LA, I'm like, okay, I'm riding with the same circles now. And that's just starting to happen after like my 8th trip there. So yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, but you've been hustling. Like
You have been hustling.
I have so much music. Like I am sitting on the most amount of music I've ever had, which I'm really, really pumped about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been such a journey like to get to this point. I took last year off and then I released a single Run at the start of this year. It was supposed to be my like comeback to the scene, and it was kind of a bit of like a flop for me. And I also had a few like financial issues. Like we went on tour last year in November with a band who went bankrupt and we lost a lot of money. And then earlier this year in March, we were involved with a festival that ended up being a scam in the Philippines. So within like, you might have seen me post something about that online. I don't know if you've seen anything, but we like, long story short, we lost like 40 to 45 grand in like a few months. And that's why I'm only releasing now. Like I had to stop everything.
Oh my God, that's such a shame. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it happens.
Oh
it happens.
my
It was
goodness.
wild. So I'm like just coming out of that now, and I'm like so ready to go.
Wow.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because I've like released like one song in 2 years, which is insane. So I'm just like, I need to keep the momentum going, which I'm ready to do now, finally.
That's so crazy. What like a whirlwind to go through of, I guess, coming back, releasing your single earlier in the year, not having it go as expected, and then having the issues that you were faced with.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even just be like, I'm going to keep going? You know, or like this, I'm just still going to write music, but not right now. I'm just going to take a little break and then come back to it. Like, how did you even?
I guess
Yeah,
it, like
back from that.
it was really
really
difficult.
hard.
Yeah. And it's been a really tough year. Like I was wondering how I would even release music again because it's so expensive to do.
Yes, it
like
is.
unbelievably expensive. And unfortunately, like you need to be able to keep the momentum going. I think that's the hardest thing is like you know it's all good and well releasing a song, but you need to actually build the momentum, and the industry needs to see that and your fans need to see that. And I kind of felt a little bit like, you know, like the boy that cried wolf.
Yeah.
It felt like that, and I'd promised all these things and I'd said, you know, all these things. There's this comeback, this EP's coming, blah blah blah, and then I couldn't deliver it, and so I just had to accept it. I think it helped not being in New Zealand because I wasn't like seeing the industry every day. Like I wasn't, I could kind of like block it out a little bit, but it was a pretty dark time. I'll be honest.
Imagine. No, I can so imagine. I'm just like, the fact that you're here talking to us today is like crazy. I feel so honored that you went through that, that you shared that with us.
Yeah,
It's
me
really,
too.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You're obviously very resilient.
Yeah.
I think as well as like there is no like plan B for me, and there hasn't been for years, and so I'm so deep in it that I'm like, I literally can't stop now. You know, it's not even, that didn't even cross my mind. I'm just like, it's a matter of when, not like if it's gonna happen. Like what would I do if I wasn't doing music?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Like, there's
it's a
no other
scary
option.
thought.
So fair.
So I'm like, okay, like it never even crossed my mind to be like, oh, am I gonna not do music anymore? I was like, no, it just has to happen soon. But yeah, I've just sat there and watched seasons go by and watched all these people releasing music and all these things happen, and like I haven't been booked for any festivals this year for the first time in my career, and it's, you know, I know it's because I haven't done anything publicly in a long time. And that's just something that I had to accept. Like I watch all these lineups. That's why I haven't seen the R&B one, is because there's a part of me that's like blocking out seeing that stuff just to sort of protect my own
That's
energy.
so fair enough.
So
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd be the same.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like it's a lot to go through, and
It's
then,
hard. It's really hard to watch like everyone just carry on, and you sort of feel like you're getting like left behind.
Yeah, and you're like, I went through this huge journey.
Yeah,
And
and no one
no
even
one
knows
knows.
as well. Yeah, they're all just like, oh, I guess you're done, and you're like,
You're like,
no,
no.
I swear, there's like all these other things happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been interesting. I've learned to just keep my mouth shut and stop promising things.
It's so hard though, because you, like you say, you want to keep connected, you know, to your fans and your audience, and so you do want to be like, this is coming, but there are things that you really just can't control.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm like, how many times can you say this is coming before people are like, whatever.
Nothing's coming.
Yeah.
You know, like I want people to be able to, I guess, like know that what I say is true when I say it. I don't want people to question whether it's actually going to happen. Like I don't want to be that artist. And it's super important to me. I always do what I say I'm going to do. And I pride myself on that a lot. And so that was a bit of a like blow to my pride.
I can imagine.
So yeah, but here we are and we're about to start rolling out the EP, and I've got releases planned for pretty much the next 12 months, every 2 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm
You're
like
coming
ready
back
to
in
go.
full
I'm
force.
so ready to
Look
go.
at you. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm super pumped.
Yeah.
Starting with Cool.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about Cool. Can you talk us through the process of creating this song?
Yeah, so I connected with a guy, like a producer and an artist actually, called Lost Boy back in 2022. In COVID, we reached out and had a little chat online. And then when I went to LA for the first time, which is where he's based, I reached out to him after a few years had passed, and I was like, hey, I'm in town. What do you think? Can we do a session together? And he was super keen, and we wrote it just in one day.
One day?
Yeah, we wrote it in one day. It was super
Wow.
inspired. Like we got along really well. It was a slightly different version to what it is coming out. Like I've had it sort of reproduced by some other producers that I've been working with for a long time, called House of Wolf, who are based in Canada. And so yeah, we actually wrote it in like May last year, and I've been sitting on it for a little while, like really excited about putting it out. But I went into the studio. I said I want to write something really just fun and dancey and like something that's not that deep. Because at the time I'd been writing a lot of things about my life, and I was like, I need to just like write something that's
fun.
not that
Yeah.
deep and just like, yeah, have some fun, write something that's dancey, and yeah. And that's literally, that's not that deep. That's kind of it.
I love that.
I wrote it about guys that are wanting attention, and people always talk about the girls that are attention seeking. I was like, what about the guys that are
Period.
attention
Oh my
seeking?
God. Yes.
And so it was just a silly, like cheeky little song.
Yeah. I feel like you've described the song perfectly. Like it definitely gives off that vibe.
Cheeky,
I love
Yeah.
it.
fun.
Yeah.
Cheeky,
dance.
fun,
Yeah.
yeah, like something light, especially with what's happening in the world at the moment. I feel like I want my contribution to the scene to be something positive. I started definitely getting like a little bit in my feels with some of my writing, especially with Run. That was like quite a process for me, and I was like, I need to just like get back to writing stuff that I really like and want to have fun with. So and it also felt like a good song to put out next for me, because like I kind of needed it for myself, almost like I was ripping the band-aid off a little bit of like everything that's been happening in the last like 12 months or so.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, that's so nice. It's so cool that you were able to take that kind of like step away from writing something really, really deep. Like just give yourself that little mental break, dive into something really fun and create that for everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like it came quite effortlessly as well. Like
That's a
that
good sign.
dance.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And I've loved it from the start. We actually played it at the shows earlier in the year in Christchurch and Auckland. It was a slightly different version, but yeah, we trialed it out and the people seem to love it. So it's definitely got to come out. We've definitely got to put it out.
It's a super fun song, super
Yeah, we love
catchy.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you feel like you have a on-stage persona compared to like who you are just like day to day?
Yeah, I think it still is me, but I think it's like elements of me just dialed up. So like the confidence, the sassiness, I don't know. Yeah, my energy is just a lot bigger on stage than I am in real life. I don't know.
I feel like you kind of have to be, right, though,
Yeah.
to give that like, a big performance for everyone.
And I think as well with like going back to this look with the old bob really helps me like get into character and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I've been trialing a few different like
Looks
and
Yeah.
a few different things, and yeah, this is what I've sort of come back to, which I'm super stoked about. Like I feel like I kind of have like a bit of an alter ego
Yes.
when I'm in this, and it really helps me step into character on stage. So.
Yeah. And do you feel like it's a part of you, like it feels you as well when you're
Yeah.
kind of like, in that persona, I
Yes,
guess?
definitely. I very, very much feel like myself.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
really
good.
confident. Like I just
That's
feel
good.
like I can be the person that I need to be on
Yeah.
stage without like second guessing what I'm doing.
Very interesting having like a persona that you step into. But
Yeah.
do you feel like it's kind of needed in a way to like protect yourself? Did you ever view it that way? Like when you come out on stage, like if there's a lot of people watching you, I don't know, I'm just putting myself in your shoes and I'm being like, that's freaky. That's like a lot to like go out.
I guess I've never thought about it like that. that mainly because I've just been on stage since I was like 5.
Right,
So
yes.
that part to me is quite normal.
Yeah, you're like
and
a
that's all
natural.
I've been doing forever. So
Yeah.
honestly, it kind of like the wig thing. Because
Yes.
you guys obviously know it's a wig, right?
No, I didn't actually.
Do you actually? Okay.
Oh, because
Yeah.
I've seen photos of you've got like long hair.
I have long, like curly hair. Yeah.
Yeah, your natural hair is like
my
beautiful
God.
as well.
And it's like my natural hair
wig.
is actually like quite a big like feature, I think, of mine.
Yes.
And I've played with the idea of it for a long time because I really love my hair and I would never cut it. I would never look like this. I could never make it look like this.
It's a great wig.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm like,
Thank
what?
you. I don't know. I initially did it because a funny story. I was in Christchurch getting my hair done from a place that I'd been to like quite a few times, and this lady was just supposed to be touching up my roots. I was going to Australia to do a photo shoot the next day, and I went in and I was like, hey, can you touch me up? Blah blah blah. She put my whole hair in foils. Which I should have noticed at the time. And then she left it in for way too long and my hair went blue. Like she bleached it so much it went blue.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
Like,
and you're like, I have a
horrific.
photo shoot and
Yeah.
it's bleached. So you're like, how do you come
It
back
was
from
just
that?
supposed to be like a little
Yeah.
like light blonde
Yeah.
touch up.
Sun-kissed,
my
like easy.
Literally blue. And you know what happens like when you bleach your hair? Like it damages.
Yeah.
So, and it took up until the last haircut that I had. Like maybe like a few months ago
Yeah.
to get the last bit of it out. But it was so damaged that I couldn't style it properly
Yeah.
or do anything. And so that's where the idea came from of this wig, which is what I did for the first time when I released my song Savage in 2023, which is, that was the first time I bought this out, except it didn't have the little details. So
Yeah,
I've like given it a little update.
that.
No, it's
Yeah,
great.
so cute.
But
Yeah.
it was just like it was to hide the disaster
Oh my
that I
gosh,
had.
that is actually stressful.
It was horrific.
Yeah.
And it took it's taken like 2 years to grow it out.
Oh, your poor hair. That's actually so sad. So, what is cool to Prinz with your new single "Cool" coming out? I want to know what's cool to you. Yeah.
What is cool to me is being authentic. You know, being true to yourself, figuring out what you like and being proud of the things that you like and standing for what you believe in.
Yeah.
That's what I think is cool. you know,
Yeah.
just authenticity, which is weirdly hard to find these days, especially in the music industry. I feel like a lot of people try to copy each other and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I feel very strongly about that, hence my song Copycat Killer. feel really strong about it.
Oh my
I
God.
love that.
So strong about it that I wrote a song about it.
That you wrote a song about it. Yeah. Amazing.
But yeah, authenticity. I feel like that is my simple answer.
Yeah.
So good. So could you talk through your new EP that's
Yeah.
coming out in 2026? I guess just like, is there a journey that people are going to go on, or like what can your audience expect?
Yeah, so the EP is called Heaven or Hell. There is a song on there called Heaven or Hell, which is actually going to be the next song I'm putting out after Cool in November. Yeah, very soon actually. It's currently getting mixed and mastered, so it's nearly finished. I'm very excited. But basically, it's kind of the journey that I've been on in the last like 2 years has been Heaven or Hell. Like it's been the contrast of these huge highs because I have had some really great experiences and some great things happen, and some life-changing things happen, and then just also like some extreme lows as we've been talking about. So yeah, it's kind of my journey between the last sort of like 2 years. Obviously it was supposed to come out earlier in the year. I've actually reworked and reproduced every song on the EP except for Run, obviously, which has already come out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I spent a lot of time kind of like reworking it, but yeah, that's the sort of journey. And you know, the song itself, Heaven or Hell, that's coming out, like it was inspired. The first time that I went to LA, I was like very confused about the place. I don't know if you've ever been there at all. You know, it's in some ways it's super magical and anything can happen, and people go there and like they genuinely have their dreams come true in that city. And then on the other hand, because it draws you know, so many creative people, not everybody can make it in the industry.
Yeah.
There's a really dark side to it as well. So it was sort of inspired by, you know, me kind of figuring out about whether I actually liked it or not, and like how I felt. And I remember sitting on the beach down there and looking at this beautiful beach, and then I looked out and I saw all these like oil tankers, like, what do you call them, like oil tankers or whatever. And I was like we're in New Zealand, we're very blessed with like beautiful beaches and stuff. Like this is not what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's just about like finding the contrast of like the highs and the lows, and like me just figuring out whether I like it. And I keep going back, so I'm guessing I like it.
Well, there's more opportunities there, right? You know, that's
It's
where everyone
unbelievable.
is. So
Oh, and it's the best place for any like songwriter or anything, and I really stand by that. And I've tried to do it in Australia, I've tried to do it in the UK, I've tried, you know, various different places, and every time I go back to LA, I'm like, this is just like 100 times better.
yeah, like
Everything is there, anything you want to do.
Yeah.
And I think as well, like surprisingly, the culture of Americans in general is very, very different. Like
it's completely different.
it's completely different. Like everybody that I've worked with is so supportive and encouraging, and they really encourage you to be whoever you want to be. Whereas like I don't feel like we have that in New Zealand and Australia and even in the UK.
Yeah.
I find it very closed off and reserved, and you know, nobody wants to really support each other, and nobody really wants to, I don't know, share contacts or information or like band together to create shows. Like I've even struggled getting support acts for my shows because you know, artists don't want to be seen to be competing with you, and it's been really hard. So I find every time I go there, everyone's like, yeah, you want to do that? Of course you can. Here you go. Here's like 10 people. Get in touch with them. Like
they just want to help you and support
they
you.
do.
Yeah.
They do. And I think part of that is because, and maybe this is transparent, but like I think part of that is because they know that within a few months you could be living in Beverly Hills. Things can genuinely happen for you like that over there. And so I think everybody wants to be a part of everyone's journey in case like something sort of takes off. And you could look at that and see that as like a bad thing and like a transparent thing. But I think if you know that, then you can kind of make it work.
Yeah, and if people are helping you and supporting you, let's all support each other. Let's all like get through this together.
The very first time that I went, I spent a couple of months leading up to the trip trying to book like writing sessions with artists and producers and stuff like that. I only managed to get one, and when I landed they cancelled. So I landed in LA for 2 weeks with not a single session, and I was like, this, like, what have I done, you know, like, is this going to be a waste of time? Within a few days, and by the time I left, so I was there for 14 days, I did 7 sessions, 3 interviews and a podcast.
Wow.
Oh my
Congrats. That's amazing.
But like that happened from I went into one session, and then all these people were like, oh, come and do this session tomorrow, come and do this thing, and they genuinely do that, and it can happen like that.
It's amazing what happens when you just put yourself out there to like, damn.
And when you're there, like
it makes a difference.
it makes a big difference. Like if you're there in person, like people will work, and they want to work every single day, and it's amazing. But as soon as you leave, they kind of forget about you a little bit. Unless, like, I feel like I'm starting to get to the point now where I've been there so many times, like people know I'm going to come back, and so they don't forget about me as much. But if you leave, like, it can be hard to get things going again, which is interesting. But I love it though. I love it. I'm going to be back in a couple of weeks. So
Excited.
Yeah, to write so many more songs.
That's so exciting. That's so interesting that you say that you feel like, you know, everyone's kind of willing to help, like as a way of generosity, but also because it's like if you become, you know, if you like skyrocket or something happens, then people are like, well, I helped you, and then it's like more connections for them as well. But like going into that, and you're like, you know, you say you're fully aware of that, it's really interesting to have that open-minded outlook to creating music, because I feel like occasionally in New Zealand people are quite closed-minded, but if everyone just went into it being like open-minded, just like people in LA, it might create, you know, a different scene of less competitiveness, and you know, you can have 2 bands that are similar, but and I guess they are competing, but doesn't make one better than the other. You know what I mean? Like it's just, there's always going to be different audiences and different pockets of things that, you know, draw a certain crowd compared to other people. It's just interesting that you've got that viewpoint. It's quite refreshing actually to hear.
That's great.
Yeah, that you're like, I'm going into it with an open mind, and just what will happen will happen. And then obviously you were meant to be in LA for those 2 weeks with everything
I hope so.
from landing to leaving. It's like, that's a crazy journey to go on. And what a busy 2 weeks as well.
It was great.
Oh my God.
It was so great. Like, coming out of it with, you know, 9 songs after spending a good like year or 2. And honestly, those 9 songs were better than anything I'd ever written. And they were just like demos.
That's just crazy.
Even the demos were like much better quality than the songs I'd even put out, like properly. States. So yeah, it's definitely been like a learning experience going over there.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Like I wish that people in New Zealand were more interested in collaborating, but I think it's just like a small country issue. We do have like fewer opportunities, and there are, it is. We do technically have fewer opportunities, but there is an audience for everybody. It's not like you only listen to one artist.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like, it's what you make it too. You know, like,
and it's like, okay, well, I could team up with somebody who is in Auckland who has, maybe they can pull a couple hundred people to a show. Why don't we collaborate
together,
and then we both play to a bigger audience
and a newer audience as well for each other.
Like, it's just
totally
seems like a no-brainer.
No,
I
don't know.
Agreed.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, come on, guys.
Come on.
Totally. I think we feel quite similar.
We
like,
do feel quite strongly
and I think
about
also,
that.
like,
And I feel like it is
that's
kind of
great.
happening in certain areas,
Yeah.
you know, like you can kind of see it slowly, you know,
it is.
Yeah, I think it's just like that whole tall poppy thing that we talk about all the time. It's a very real thing.
Yeah.
It is.
And it must stem from, like, it's obviously a cultural thing, because I think it stems from UK, Australia, because we all have it. And I hear the same, like I hear people talk about it in Australia, I hear people talk about it in the UK, but then I don't hear that in America.
We love chatting with you. It was it was lovely to get to know you more and hear about your journey, the highs and the lows. It's incredible what you've been through and how resilient you've been. We're really honoured to be talking to you.
I feel like I really got to know you on like a whole
Personal level.
Like I feel really
I'm an open book. I'm an open book, guys.
I love that.
Anything you want to know, I'll tell you.
It's amazing.
Thank you. And I'm so like stoked to be here meeting you guys, and it's really nice that there's other people that are creating these opportunities for us artists as well, because it's a small place and there's not that many outlets for us. So thank you guys as well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, it definitely means a lot. We'll pop all of PRINS' details down below, including the link to her latest single, Cool, out now. So you guys should check it out if you haven't already. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.